All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey. All right, so everybody's doing well. And we're going to log in because we get our dose of holistic health on Wednesday. How about that? Everybody looking good? Good to see everybody. Come on in. I got more folks coming on in. Come on in. All right, come on in and gather around the tree. All right?
Looking good, smelling good.
It's smelling good, hopefully.
Hey, Dr. P, if they're not smelling good, let's pray they ain't home by themselves.
Yeah. You about to start something, buddy. All right, bring that music on down.
Yo, man.
All right, and we're going to come off share here. You should see everybody.
Everybody's in the house, buddy.
Everybody's in the house.
Yes, sir, man.
All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. This is the place where we say you get the Wednesday hump day. All right, baby. Yeah, that's right. So hopefully everybody's doing well.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining us. If it's the first time you're joining us, this is where we call the Holistic Health Network, of where you come to ask anything about holistic health. This is the place to do it. We say this is the family tree because we gather around a tree and celebrate just as the ancient customs around the ancient laurel trees. And those laurel trees were places that we talked about. Big B, we talk about anything networking. We talk about business. We talk about relationships. Anything on your heart and mind, including prayer, we got around the tree. So with that, we're gathering around the tree tonight, y'all. So if you have a question or something you want to ask, we say ask the question. There's no dumb questions, right, Big B?
I know that's right,
bro. The only dumb question is what? The one you didn't ask, right? Wow. So we have to say this is our social security.
There you go.
Why? Because when we say the social security, it's the place where, not a check, it's your family. That means any answer, you can find it right here. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, go down to your menu bar and you can click right there with Big B. Just like Big B throwing his hands up. There he is.
There you go.
And you hit the menu where the react bar is, where you see the little heart, and you can join the conversation. If you're someone that says, I don't want to join into the queue, I just want to ask a question, put it down in the chat. And we got Prophetess, a.k.a. Fingers, in the house. Everybody give her a hand. Yes, Fingers. How you doing there?
She's doing.
Is she doing all right? Did she just fly?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful this evening.
Yes, she just flew in from LA. Where did you come from today? She said, yes, I just flew in from LA and boy, are my arms tired.
They are very tired.
Dr. Eloise.
All right, well, thank you so much. And Prophetess there will ask any question and you probably look in there and she's already put it down there. All right. Or if you say someone that, hey, I called in this first time I'm calling in, I'm calling by phone, you may have missed the prompt that actually allows you to where you can actually raise your hand. Just let us know you're calling by phone and we'll try to get to you. All right. We can't answer everything, but we'll sure try. And if you don't, we actually say you can also send your questions to Big B, and Big B will get that over to me and we'll try to get the answers for you if we don't get it all today. All right. So want to say without doubt, let's get started. I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, a hand.
Big B.
Yo, buddy.
Big B. What's up, buddy? How you doing over there, man?
The brother sucking there, man. Daddy said, yo, buddy, get up. I got something to do that. You got the nerve to wake me up. I'm not the nerve.
Yeah. I got you, man. So tell me, man, we're keeping up with some things, Big B. I know you staying on the pulse with what's happening in the news, Measles still hanging around in Texas. They're past 900 right now. Yeah, man. And then we got the flu fading out. Flu's fading out.
Yep.
But then they're starting to look at other things that are raising up. I mean, there's the TB cases. There's whooping cough cases. It's like kind of stuff just popping up all over the place, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Give us our latest on the CDC's numbers.
I'll give it to you right now. Our early indicators right now for test for positivity, guys, it's chilling down again. It was actually on Sunday, it was 3.6. It's now 3.4% going down. So
yes,
and for emergency visit going into for the hospital and things like that, that's kind of remaining about 0.5%. That's for your hospital visits. And as they say, hospitalizations per 100,000, that's 1.6. It was 1.7 on the weekend. And the big one right now, guy, is the death part of it, man. Look, that was even tailed out. It was 0.08. It's now that 0.7%. Dr. P. Hey, man.
All right, man. This is good stuff, man.
I'm taking that
thing.
One,
hey, we'll take it, right? We'll take it.
Buddy.
If we can see numbers actually curving down, we want to know that people are making, COVID taught a lot of people a lot about taking care about themselves. A lot of good lessons. Yeah, so, man. We want to stay on point with that. Cleanse every change of seasons, y'all. That's what we traditionally will do. Okay. All right. We're going to open up now. We're going to go straight to it. We always open up with the testimonies. Anyone, we say a testimony goes a long way, right? Because, that's what we need when we're part of our healing does happen with you being, vigilant to what you're doing and what you're taking, and as far as the herbs and the information and knowledge of it, but also a lot has to do with your faith. And a lot of times you can find your faith a little bit shallow sometimes when you run into allopathic industries where they basically have no bedside manner. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can get upset. So with that, we say a testimony goes a long way. Somebody said, if you can do it, I can do it. Remember that?
Yes, sir, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
So we use it as a testimony that say somebody's either going in a storm, or coming out of a storm. No matter, we say crawl, walk, run. We want to support you in your journey. And if you have something that you have gone through, or you may have said that I went through something this week, guess what? Any shout, we'll take it. It could be your blood pressure change. How about, my knees don't ache as much, Big B. I get a lot of knees. A lot of knees and a lot of hips. Having a lot of problem with them hips. So what's happening? We got a lot going on, and I want to hear the shout. We always celebrate you here. So the floor is officially open. If you have a testimony you want to share with the family, floor is officially open. Anybody have one, Big B? You see anybody over there?
Anybody? I have one.
Okay.
Come on. My name is Sheena.
Hey, Sheena.
I've been invited. How you doing?
How you, Sheena?
How you doing? I've been invited by Marche Walker. This is my second week. Last week I just listened in to get the feel for the Zoom and see what you guys are about. And Marche, being the sweet soul that she is, swears by the NGB drink. So the store closed before she can grab me some. So she came and bought me some of hers. And
all right.
Just a quick rundown. I've been diagnosed with lung disease, which affects my heart. I have fluid around my heart, which led me to be in fluid overload. So now I'm unable to walk properly, and I was having really bad hip issues, which affects everything, my sleep, everything. So after 2 days of drinking the green drink, I don't have that issue with my hips anymore.
Shut up, girl.
But
Go ahead with your bad self.
I do want to know, how do I get rid of the rest of this fluid that just keeps coming back?
So you have you see some positive things?
Absolutely.
Okay, and what was that again? I missed that. What was it that you said you had positive happen?
My hips.
Your hips started stop hurting?
Yes, I don't have that pain anymore.
All right. So first, before we do anything, let's give her a hand. Let's give Sheena a hand. Yes, congratulations.
Yes.
Come off mute, y'all. Come on off mute.
Congratulations.
Second time.
Congratulations.
Yes, and a shout out also to Marche, because Marche being the ambassador on the field. What you can do now, I would say, are you in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Okay, I would definitely say come on in and get an assessment. See, we can find out more about you, but we got to make sure you know how to eat right. See, you can take the right things, but you got to make sure you stay on the path, right? So there are a lot of herbs and things that we use traditionally that can actually pull the water. Is this off your knees or your legs? Where is it coming off of?
It's everywhere. It's mainly on my left side because that's the side I sleep on. So my left knee, ankle is more swollen than my right. But I do have a consult to speak with you on the 12th.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that because it starts with knowing how to eat and then also staying away from certain foods that are causing the body to retain the water. So you got to start to watch certain foods. What you can do to get started until I see you or hear you when we talk on the conversation. This is going to be a phone consult, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing you can do is go to my website and download the top 10 toxic foods. Okay. Did you get that from Marche? Did she give that to you?
Yes, I am on a website.
Okay.
Well, I am a subscriber.
Okay, good. So if you see on the front of the website, there's a click button on there that says Mastering a Healthy Lifestyle. So what you want to do is you want to download that. You want to download that. And inside of that booklet, it's about a 14-page booklet. It's the starting guide for knowing a lot of things. So it's talking about water, it's talking about salt, and then also the most important for you is the top 10 toxic foods. You got to watch those foods. Stay off those foods. Okay? So look that over, and then we'll look forward to seeing you, okay? We're talking to you.
Okay. Well, the last, I want to say, week and a half, I've been eating every other day, one time a day when I do eat. And that's no meat, no sugars, just strictly salads and fruits.
Yeah, but see what happens is, here's the problem. We're in an environment now where we have deserts of food. So even the food that we think is good is not good. It's not to the level that you need it. So what's happening is, we're not getting the proper nutrients. Not always it's what you avoid, yes, but it's also what you need to get more of. So you may be malnutrition on the level where you can't get enough nutrients in. What kind of water are you drinking? Did she put you on the water, right?
Yes, Crystal Geyser.
Okay, so that's the good water. So watch out get to that list, that top 10 toxic food list. And where do you shop to get your fruits and vegetables?
Acme or Walmart. I actually, because of my inability to get to the market myself,
somebody gets it for you. Yeah. So you got to watch. See, and that's the conversation we'll have also about the food selection. That's what makes the green drink a good source for you, because you don't have to worry about there's different worlds that you're dealing with when you're in the market. You have conventional and you have organics. And most of the foods in the stores that you mentioned, which is Acme and Walmart, are conventional. So they don't have a lot of nutrients in them. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff is just, and it's sad to say, because people say, well, hey, I'm trying to do the best I can. You're glad you got me taking any fruits and vegetables to begin with. And now you tell me they don't have enough. So, yeah, you got to watch that. Try to get organic when you can. But green drinks, those are the key. How many green drinks are you doing right now? You just doing one or two?
Just one.
Yeah, if you increase that, you can see a good change also with pulling water off the leg if you take at least 2 a day. Okay? So we say not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, but food for the soul. But that will help to get that off of your legs, because it's going to raise your pH. If it raises your pH, usually when it's swelling, you got swelling in your legs, that means your lymphatic system's backing up. That's the sewer system of the body. It's backing up. And on that right side, that's a problem. So we can help you with that, okay? So I look forward to speaking with you. Again, family, let's give her one more hand. Second time on the family tree. Let's give her a hand. Let's give her a shout. Yes. Give her a shout. Congratulations. Stay on the path. We want to keep encouraging you, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
All right. All right. Who else we have here, Big B?
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
I have a testimony.
Who is that?
I have a
Somebody-
Okay,
testimony.
Decolia, go right ahead, honey.
Okay, Decolia, and then somebody by phone. I didn't hear who was on the phone, but we'll come to you next.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Decolia. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my sinus has been acting up. I live in Illinois. The temperature is 80 one day, 40 the next day, 30 the next day.
You
So
all over the place. Yeah, it's
my
all over the
sinuses
place.
went crazy to the point I couldn't talk at all. My voice was completely gone. So what I did, I started taking my green drink 3 times a day, but what I added with that was the red onion tea.
All right, all right.
Okay.
And I just started drinking along with my water, all these fluids, and I just didn't talk when my voice was gone. I just didn't say anything. And in about 3 days, my voice, well, you could tell it's still kind of hoarse, but I can talk.
All right. That's right.
And I
That's right.
didn't go to the doctor. I just, just did what I learned on the tree. And that's that red onion tea is the bomb.
Yes.
But all you sinus sufferers, get that red onion tea, and it's cheap. You get a bag of onions, boil onion 2 or 3 times a day, and drink it.
You can't get no easier than that, Decolia. You can't get no easier than that. Yo, come on, y'all. Everybody come off mute for Decolia.
That's exactly right.
She said, I couldn't even talk, Big B. I couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
Good
Right.
morning, Decolia. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, that's awesome. See, when you take that red onion, it's already the allium family, and it just does so much because any of the allium family. So it could be all the way down to the scallions, red onion, the highest, but it can be any of those, including garlic. So if you take a red onion, put it in that crystal geyser water. Yeah, let it steep for about 20 minutes. Yep, boil it for 20 minutes and let it steep a little bit. Guess what? You can declot every artery and vein in 48 hours.
Wow.
Yes. Congratulations, Decolia. That's great. So you can talk. So next week you're going to be able to sing, right?
Well, get ready for the solo.
She said no.
That's all right. I trust you to go and get your song ready.
Yeah.
If you need to come in, I'll even figure out a way to
Big
play
B will sing for you. Yeah, that's right. All right. Okay. Let's see. Who else is next? Anybody else?
We had someone by phone. Now,
yes, somebody by phone.
Who's that?
I'm on the phone. How you doing?
Just fine. Okay. Who is this?
My name is Deborah.
Right, Deb.
I have been to your office. I've been following you for 100 years.
Oh, I said, Deborah, how you doing? I know your voice now. I know you now.
Yes, because I'm an ass you don't know who you're talking to, right?
I know who you're talking to. Funny.
I finally got through. I've only been trying to catch up with you for a while now because I finally found out what the root of my decline in my health has been. I started in 2020, right? And I see you in October, and we did this RM3K, whatever that word is.
Right.
We did that.
Close.
And you told me that. Well, let me get to the point. I've been living in mold for the last 5 years.
Look out, girl.
Mold.
No kidding.
And I didn't know what it was, of course, because I've been running back from doctor to doctor. And when I finally found out and figured it out, and my had a test taken with mycotoxins and mold, and they found the mold. It's been 5 years.
Wow.
That's
wow.
Help. Yeah. The problem is the other problem is there anything I can take to start flushing this stuff out?
Sure. There's plenty. See, you have to get with mold. You have expectorants. So any of the herbs that are expectorants, that are lungs to pull it out of you, those are the ones that we pull. So that would be like the olive leaf. Okay, the olive leaf. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul.
I know.
Olive leaf. Okay. Also, another one would be mullein.
I got both of them so far.
Okay, horehound. Horehound. Any of the wild cherry bark.
I have that.
You got that? Those are the ones that you need. Now, for deep pleurisy, okay, that's specifically for the lungs. Pleurisy. That's spelled Pleurisy.
Would they have that at the Wayne Avenue Health Food Store?
Well, just call them first. Call them first. They may have it.
Okay.
Let's see. What else? All of those that are dealing with detoxing from. Right. See, mold is a very, very, I always tell folks when it keeps kind of coming around, check your furnace. If there's any leaking down in your cellar, things like that.
Remember I told you I had pneumonia 3 times? They diagnosed me with fibromyalgia twice. I mean, they told me I had all kind of stuff, but mold mimics the symptoms of fibromyalgia.
Right. So you know why?
You got fibromyalgia, but you got mold.
Right. But the point is, all it just means, it means the same thing, though. Dirty blood.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Yeah. Dirty blood, which triggers autoimmune. So when you start to clean, you got to clean the blood. That's exactly what you got to do.
Would that help?
What was that?
I have chlorophyll tablets.
Well, chlorophyll will raise the pH enough so that it creates the environment which all cells live in, can't live in it. So bacteria, virus can't live in that environment. But here's the thing. Here's how you get it really correct. You have both a feeder and a fighter. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it? So what you've been mentioning is, when you talk about chlorophyll, these are fighters. Things like golden seal root, those are fighters. Those are burdock root, fighters. But then you got to raise that pH at the same time. So you got to get the magnesium. That's where the green drinks come in. That's where the leafy, land and sea comes in. Got it? So all of those things together, land and sea, that brings you into the state that you can bring to knock that thing out. Got it? Now, I would say also there's one more that we do. Now, this is just traditionally used, and that would be zeolite. Zeolite.
Zeolite?
Zeolite. Zeolite. Zeolite.
Okay.
Okay, zeolite is used just like with a lot of those binders. These are the binders we talk about. Binds to a lot of those things like mold and things like that, and then pulls it out of the system. Got it? Okay. And then I'm going to give you one last one. The last one would be the parasite formula. I would do a parasite cleanse anyway. Okay? I would do a parasite.
I was doing the bitters, sour sop bitters. I did the black seed bitters. So was that good?
I would do a parasite cleanse. If you don't have one, grab mine. Mine is the eliminator. The eliminator. Yep, that one has the cloves. It has the wormwood. It has the black walnut. See, all those deal with mold. All those deal with mold. Okay.
Zeolite. And I just want you to know. I'm hurry up because I know you got 1,000 folks waiting. I use that clove oil and castor oil on my knees. It works.
It works. It works.
It works. Oh man, I'm walking around here smelling like clove. Ask me, do I care? It works.
It don't matter. That's right. I don't care.
I heard that. Wow.
I don't care.
Clove smells good.
That's right.
It really works.
That's right. And you know what? See, the issue with the castor oil has this thing called rhizoleic acid, which penetrates skin. It penetrates skin. So it means when you mixed it with the clove, guess what it did? It just pushed it in there. It pushed it in there like a big bully. Then push it right on into that knee. And then that's when the knee said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate that."
All right.
Right. It alleviated that. I have a torn meniscus in my left knee.
Yeah.
And it took that pain right away.
That's a good way to get rid of it. Yep. You can get rid of a meniscus tears and things like that by doing that. That also is good for ACLs. ACLs and issues like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
How do you clove with the castor oil? That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember I mentioned that? We talked about that? Yeah.
Sure did. He gave us a recipe told me to drop the clove into the castor oil.
You remember it was
6 drops.
It was 5 to every 2 tablespoons. It's like 5 drops of clove oil. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good to use as a moisturizer because I use it every day, moisturizing my feet and legs.
There you go. Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
The castor oil and the
cloves. Yeah. Now let me tell you, it's also good for hair growth too.
Oh, yes it is.
Yes, it is.
Take that same formula, put that in your hair. Yes.
Uh-oh, Dr. I'm starting to wash my head, boy. Starting to look like you about 3 weeks from now.
Big gonna come back with an afro now.
I'm coming back with an afro. I got to make you all gonna say jealous, boy.
That sounds good. That's put it from the head to the toe.
There you go. There you go. Well, let's come off mute, but Deborah, let's give her. Let's come off mute. Everybody come off mute. Come on now. Come on.
Amen. All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job. Yeah, man.
Good job.
I'm glad I came to class tonight. Maybe next week I can have some hair.
You might get some hair, big.
Hey, Dr. Paul, you know I had to memorize those 2 phone numbers.
Yeah, I got you.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah, that's all right. You did a good job. You did a great job. All right.
Thank you. All of y'all. Y'all all keep up the good work.
Okay. All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Yes.
Dr. Paul.
Hey, Carol G. What's going on?
Dr. Paul.
Thank you.
I was wondering, was the mole hiding somewhere behind the wall that you don't see it? And
it has the ability. Mold has the ability to get into the ventilation.
Yes.
And that's the problem. See, if you have it, if you have anywhere like it can be behind you, you got to check the traps in your home also. You know what the trap is, where all the water goes into one point. Because sometimes that trap leaks a little bit because all the pressure goes from all the different parts of the house to that one corner. And then that's what distributes out to the sewer line. But sometimes, just a little bit of leaking coming in from the side or the wall can be a problem because when it creates that moisture is the perfect situation for mold to grow. And when it gets that black mold is real bad. And most people, what's the first thing people most do when they see mold? What do?
Bleach and water.
Bleach.
Right. But then guess what? Bleach is the wrong thing to use. See, when you use bleach, you just made it airborne now. You gave it wings. Yep. It makes it airborne. So you don't want to use that. There's plenty of things that you can use. I would say go, moringa, neem. There's combinations of natural things that you can do. If you go to the, believe it or not, Lowe's and Home Depot have great stuff for mold that's natural. I saw some natural things, like they had a neem formula. They had another formula. There was a lot of good stuff out there. So people who are trying to do it naturally and get rid of it without, of course, exposing themselves to black mold.
Right.
It makes a difference. You can find those at those stores or go online. You can just Google those keywords in the prompt for Google and they will pull up and it'll show you some that are out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there, y'all. All right.
And it can get into anything, anywhere.
And it gets in your
I remember
lungs.
some years ago, Dr. Paul, I used to teach television production in Southwest State Prison. And inside the studio, it came from a leak from the roof down to the walls. And all of a sudden, we started seeing this black stuff start to grow out of the walls. So we had to put out a class for like about 2 weeks before them to remediate that entire wall. So it will come in anywhere, guys. So just be careful.
Do you know mold? You know that thieves oil can destroy that mold too?
Come on, man.
Thieves oil. Yep, the thieves oil. If you take that thieves oil, that'll destroy that mold. Yeah. Just grab your bottle. Here's my bottle right here, Big B. See that? Got it right here.
I got
it right here. Keep it on you. Keep it on you.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, who do we have? Anyone else?
Anybody else?
And Dr. Paul, they sell the thieves oil. You got to make it up yourself.
You can do both.
You can do both.
But I would say I would give you the power to fish for yourself. So you can
Yes.
make it for yourself. Got
And it's
it?
a whole lot cheaper. Can I say that? Oops. It sure
Yes, you
is.
can. You sure can. You can say it. See, if you get the ingredients yourself, you can have unlimited resource of it. And you can make as many. I make about, just for example, a bottle that's half this size would cost me like not even the whole amount of the ingredients. You got it?
Yeah.
So get all the ingredients, get the water, you use the Crystal Geyser water, and then you just get you some bottles like this, and you get the right oils, and you go to town. That's
all
what you
day
do.
long. I've been doing that forever.
All day long. Yep. And
I'm just thrifty like that.
And if you want the formula for it, go to my website, drpaulherbs.com. Go to downloads, downloading articles. And if you go down that, you go to Ultimate. It's the Ultimate. Where is it? Ultimate. Yep. It's the Ultimate Herbs. Ultimate Herbal. Let me scroll down. And in there at the very bottom, you'll see the actual recipe there for how to make that. Everybody have that? Did everybody have it?
It's in the chat box now.
Okay, good. You got the
Thank you,
ultimate list.
It's You're welcome. Facebook and on the chat. These are formula.
And you have the link. You have the link to the website also.
No, I'll find that in a second.
Yeah, grab the link and because they can go there and get the other articles also. So Clove Bud is 40 drops, and this is considering 2-ounce bottles. So this is actually a little bit bigger here. This is almost like double that. Wow. So what you would do is just fill it up always 2/3 high, never to the top.
Yep.
Almost 2/3 high. Got it? 2/3 high. Right there. So right at the shoulder of the bottle with the water. And then you would take, but this one right here, you would be doing double. But if I were to do just 2 ounces, it would be 40 drops of the clove bud. You would take 35 drops of the lemon balm, 20 drops of the cinnamon, and that could be bark or leaf. 15 drops of the eucalyptus, and 10 drops of the rosemary. Got it? That's your formula. If you want more information, go to the website. You can download it right there, or if it's in the chat right now for those.
I'm sorry. Where's it on your website?
Go to download.
Yeah, I'm on downloads.
Okay. Now go down. You're going to see where it says Dr. Paul's Ultimate Herbal List. Okay. It's right after golden milk. After the golden milk recipe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Paul, I want to celebrate something.
Okay, Marche, I see you. When you driving, you over the side of the road now. Don't be driving now.
I told him about that.
I'm celebrating.
Okay.
I'm celebrating bringing someone or more than one person every month since January onto these calls.
You go.
Congratulations.
Come on, mute for Marche.
That's right. That's what's up,
Marche.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. And I'm celebrating.
Yes. Great job.
Awesome.
I'm celebrating having my sister on tonight because my sister have been having health challenges and she's finally here after many years, and she's suffering with a lot of blood clots in her legs.
Oh wow.
And
yeah, she did. Was she on? Were you on when she came on? I think she came on already. She came on and gave it
here.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wanted her to see your face up and close and personal so she could schedule a call.
Okay.
Like how Sheena just got finished talking to you. Sheena's on the call too, which I'm grateful for. But I want my sister to schedule a call because she's in the hospital as we speak.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't want to get too personal on her business because I don't know how much I can say.
Right.
But
that's correct.
She just got some things taken care of. And I wanted her to hop on for this hour and a half tonight so she can hear your voice, see you, and know who she's dealing with so she can schedule a call. But I like to thank you so much for everything you do for us all in the world. And I'm just grateful that I'm keeping to my own word and making sure I'm sharing this information.
That's right.
She said I could say that she has like a shin in her neck, one of those things that I was telling you in her neck. Now I talked to a surgeon. They said that you can't get that taken out, but I believe you can get that taken out. I think it's a miracle that can happen for my sister, but I'm not sure. But they say you can't get those things taken out once you get it in your neck. But I know if she do the detoxing, that it might push it around. So I don't know what you can do to help her. So I know
we have to evaluate.
Schedule a call.
Okay, we'll get into it because we have to evaluate the situation to see where she is, and then move from there. And then I'll give her the best option.
She got the stent in her leg. She got the stent in her leg, not her neck.
Okay,
so I thought it was in her neck or whatever, but it's in her leg. So hopefully we can get that out of her and start cleansing her blood and stuff because she wasn't eating right when we was growing up. But I just wanted to say hello to you, and I'm grateful for us all.
I'm so grateful for you, Marche, and I want to say everybody get off mute because you are the ambassador of health over there.
Congratulations.
Bringing your family.
Congratulations.
My beautiful niece.
By the way, Dr. Paul, I put the actual list in the chat, so if anybody wants it, they can just click on it and download it right now. Okay.
Which one? Which one?
Excuse me. My brain just went off. Thank you.
He said your brain just went off.
My brain just went off.
Download for the
I need a download.
You got a herb for that.
You got a herb for that, Big Mark? Yep. Good Google Moogle, boy.
I need that one.
You got to remember to take the herb for that.
Well, hallelujah, y'all.
Got an herb for the herb. Remind you to take the herb.
Man, it was my mouth open and my brain said lock.
That's all right. Well, I want to say that to everybody. I love the fact that this is what you do. This is what we do as a family. That's why we gather around the tree, because you share the information. You share the information for your family. If you care for somebody, you tell them. You got them. If you don't care for them, then you don't tell them. How about that? When you love somebody, like say for instance, you were walking down the street and you knew there's a hole at the end of this block. And you tell your family, like, hey, go down here, watch out, there's a hole down here. And it would be a crime for you not to tell somebody, right?
I know that's right, buddy.
So if you know better, you want to do better. So you try to inform your family. And I'm going to tell you, I get some ambassadors that are out here that are really doing it for their family and their surrounding, the people at their jobs. The texts and the emails are incredible, and people are really making the difference because they said, I can't do this anymore. I can only do the right thing. It's almost like Big B, God is saying, you're going to do it my way or you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to do it
exactly, Dr. Paul.
You're going to do it anyway.
Or you're going to do it his way.
That's what Grandma used to say. So you got to it's about obedience. When it comes down to the end of the day, it's about obedience, and being righteous about your temple. Because if you're true, the temple only operates in the spirit of righteousness. And that means every time you give it some bad food or something, it's going to say, no, I do not want that. So it's a perfect system created by a genius.
Yes, sir.
That it will only accept what is true and is what is righteous. It said, if you give me something sick or give me something that's poison, I'm going to show you disease. Got it? That's what it is.
I know that's right, buddy.
So I thank those that do what they do and they go and share it. Be the odd one in the family where you say, you're not supposed to eat that, right? You know about them crabs.
But leave them scroaches alone.
Right when they about to bring them over.
Boy, well, I know that's right.
Yep. So,
all right.
Congratulations to y'all.
I have a question.
Okay,
Big. You got a question, or we just want to make sure we get out of here, Mark? You got a testimony before we just want to get the rest of the testimony, and we'll come right to you. Okay. Right, anybody have a last testimony? Anyone have anything on your heart or mind that you want to share with the family today? If not, then we're going to move on over to Mark.
Yeah, this is
right.
This why you making transition because you mentioned the bottles, Dr. Paul. I notice your bottle is blue. Doesn't matter if they're blue or brown.
Yeah, this is actually blue tint because the herbs stay longer when it's a blue tint like this.
Okay.
That's why you can get these from Whole Foods. You can get them online. You can get them anywhere. Yeah. But it's good to have them like this. They'll last a little bit longer because the sunlight doesn't penetrate it. This is also the same thing with herbs. When you put herbs in here and any types of herbs, you'll see the tinted bottles. You see either the brown tint or the blue tint. Yeah, they both work. Yeah.
Cheaper online because you can get them by the dozen.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Good stuff. Good stuff. I want to welcome everybody that's coming in from all over the country. You know, this platform is really expanding. I appreciate you all. You know, from North Carolina to California to Texas to
everywhere,
Chicago to New York, wherever you're coming from, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. All right. Okay. I think we're done with the testimonies, Big B. Who do we have? We got Mark had something. He had a question.
Mark had one thing to say, and then we'll go to Neith because she was the next one in line.
Okay. Got you. All right.
My brother had bilateral knee replacements, and he's having problems with one knee now, and he's been having another surgery, and it's still having problems. I don't know what the problem is. Now, with castor oil and cloves, would that help for his knee?
You got it, buddy. That's what I put that right on there. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep, that would be something to penetrate right into that knee, and to get that meniscus going, whatever the situation is going to repair anything that's out of alignment. But it also, here's the thing. What's good about the clove is actually it sort of detoxes the body, and it's also anti-parasitic, it's antifungal, it's bacterial. It cleans the knee. And then you got the castor oil, which goes in and does the master lubrication of the knee. Oh, man.
Oh, God, it's going to help him then, God.
Yes, because you know what? The biggest problem with a lot of the knee injuries is circulation. You ever see the football players after they get injured? Mark, you see them, they have the big cast on there, and it's actually like vibrating, it's moving. It's trying to stimulate that circulation in that knee. Yeah.
Man. And I need that for my knee too. My right knee is like it's just wobbling, and I'm having problems with that too. And I would use that also with my hip area. Now, with goat milk, do you recommend goat milk, or what do you think about goat milk?
I think it's for goats.
Well,
not for humans.
Hey, Martin, Snuff said.
That's for goats. That's what it's for little kitty goats. That's what it's for.
So you wouldn't recommend that?
Nope. Not unless you a kitty goat. If you're a kitty goat, yes you are.
Your last name is Goat.
Your name is. That doesn't mean, and that don't mean greatest of all times.
Okay. Right. I was about to use it. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, because people will get into and I know traditionally because I got somebody came to me and said, man, there's, the tribes in Africa, they have the goat, they got the cow milk and everything. I said, yes, I get it. But, culturally, you can see where milk is, in tribes and all those different things. But that's not traditionally what it was made for. God created this for the mammary glands of that goat, for the calf or that kid.
Thank you.
And just like for a cow, it's for the calf, So that's what the mammary glands need for the milking, for the substance for that calf, which has 4 stomachs, by the way.
Yes.
And some of us don't have 4 stomachs, but we eat like we got 4 stomachs.
Well, let us pray.
Let us pray.
I would hope not.
But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So that's why I would say stay in the line with what is working for your body, because also it blocks the villi in the gut.
Yes.
If it blocks the villi in the gut, then you're going to have digestive issues, bloating, gas, constipation, mucus, all of that. That comes with it, So, yeah, keep that in mind. Also, if you want something, Mark, I would also reach out, man. If your brother has the ability to get you an acupuncturist, like we got Dr. Eloise on tonight. You know, she's a great acupuncturist, can show you how she can get that knee back in order. You know, and you can do a lot of things for through acupuncture to get the meridians moving again, right, Dr. Eloise? You there?
Yes,
she's right next to you.
Yes. She's chilling out. You got a pool back there? What you going? What you doing back there?
This is my dream right here.
That's right. Keep your dream alive. That's right. That's the pool.
Yeah, but we can take care of knees. The important thing, though, is that you have to get at least 3 consecutive treatments. Because what we're doing is we're removing that inflammation each time. And so each time you'll feel a little bit better, okay? Sometimes it takes a little bit more, but I like to get at least 3 or 4, something like that, right up front. One of my clients came to see me last week, and he said he had seen another guy playing basketball, and I couldn't believe it because the last time I saw him, he had bad knees, and he couldn't hardly walk. So.
He can hardly walk.
Really
That's
good.
right.
It's really good.
So Mark, along with acupuncture, then he could still put that clove and castor oil on the knees. You got it to help it repair, reduces the inflammation. So share that information.
Dr. Paul, do you think that'll work for me?
Thanks.
Okay. What was that?
What was that, Sheena?
I said, do you think that'll work for me as well?
Yes, it would help, but there's other things going on with your lymphatic system. Yes, it can help. It can help with inflammation. Yes, it is. But remember, with your situation is different. Yours is dealing with the lymphatic system. We got to get that waste moving out of the system. And it does. It does. Castor oil will move the system. But we got to also at the same time start to do a lot of things more holistically. We got to watch what you're eating. We got to watch what you're drinking. Watch those top 10 top foods. It's just more of a balance what we have to go over. But you're in the right space, though. Yes. All right. Okay. Who do we have here?
Is that everybody? Then we'll go right to Neetha. Neetha was the first one up today.
Hey, Neetha.
Grand risings to everyone.
Yes.
Yes, grand risings.
I want to find out, Dr. Paul, your thoughts on, someone mentioned to me, you should be taking digestive enzymes. I gotta talk to Dr. Paul about that. Oh, no. See, I always watch my source, of information. And I said, I don't know. I said, I need to check that out. And plus, this person mentioned referring me to someone to get some medical water. I said, what the heck is
that? Medical water?
Yeah, have you ever heard of that? Somebody, I don't know what I'm going to contact this person because she have to tell me what is medical water. What are you talking?
Same as holy water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get her ass is the same as holy water.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask, and I want
not coming from the medical stuff.
Are you talking about the singing machine? I want to know. So I don't know.
Not coming from the medical industry. It ain't holy if it's coming from there.
So I just want to get your
okay. First off about the enzymes. Enzymes, we say, we are the greatest converters. This is what I bring folks back to all the time. We are the greatest converters, which means we are the ones that break things down. So you shouldn't be eating anything already AKA converted. You want to put the body back into its natural balance. So if you're having digestive issues, you got to watch the things that are causing the problem. It's usually something else. It's always something else. And then when you start to do prebiotics, not probiotics, but prebiotics, which is the fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, seeds, we convert. Right. And if you are to add something like that, that's like saying I'm putting an intervention with what your body's supposed to do. And your body says, I'm supposed to do that.
I know, that's right.
You got it? And that's why it always affects vegan and vegetarians the most, because they're taking a lot of probiotics, and I see all of them. Wow. They come in and they say it's working for a while, but then it doesn't work, and then all of a sudden it shuts down. I had a vegan in today, And he was like, hey, you know what? I had to learn for myself that it was working for a while. And then all of a sudden it would always, next thing you know, it's tearing my stomach up. And then it was working. Then it was tearing my stomach up. I said, you got caught in a vicious cycle.
Yes.
And that vicious cycle has everything to do with your body fighting back, saying, I'm supposed to do that, not you. Got it? It's a perfect system created by a genius. So we have to get those. Now, if there is any other enzymes that I would say would be plant-based enzymes, like papaya. Papaya is an excellent, has excellent digestive enzymes that can help. And sometimes you can get plant enzymes from that. Matter of fact, if you punch in like plant enzymes, it takes the extract of enzymes from a lot of plant life, but no things like probiotic additional additives like lactobacillus and all those things. Those are the things that start to tear the stomach up. Yeah, be careful.
Because I've seen where you can get the herbs and say on the label. I said, well, I don't think they should do that. They say it's prebiotic and you get probiotic. I said, well,
wait a minute. I can't understand that. That's wait a minute.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Why would you get both when your body is, when you take the prebiotic, I'm going to flip that to the probiotic and I'm going to do it safely. I'm going to do it safely. So it makes no sense. And it was this guy that I had, and he says, Doc, you told me, 2 years ago, and I didn't listen. That's what he told me. He said, but then I did it, and then next thing you know, I can eat anything I want to eat. He said, I can eat. He's like, I have transformed. I said, no, your body finally caught up to give the proper balance. And he said the very things that he could never eat, he can eat now. And it's because he finally balanced it out to where his body does the work. Got it? Okay. We are the greatest. And what was the other question now?
No, that was the only one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Well,
yep.
I took my mind there today.
You had one of my moments that it came up, then went away.
Then it went away.
And I took my mind care today. So I don't know why.
I took my mind care today. So, you know what? I think that if we just, understand that there's a balancing culture going on in the gut, and it's the good versus the bad. And people will say, well, what's the difference between good bacteria and bad? Y'all remember when I was talking about that? What's the difference between the good and the bad? What makes good bacteria versus bad bacteria? Anybody remember that conversation? What makes it good and versus bad? Because everybody think bad bacteria is bad, but it's not.
It's not.
Right. So if you're eating, remember, bacteria, just like anything, anything that eats defecates. So it has a cyclical wheel that goes in a circadian rhythm. It's a cycle. So anything that eats defecates has a cycle, but guess what? When bad bacteria eats, it defecates toxins. When good bacteria eats, it defecates nutrients. Got it? So when the bad bacteria takes over the good guys, then that's when you got inflammation. Bad gut. Got it? That's what it is. So what do? We support the good bacteria by what? Alkaline foods, the fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, seeds, and you break it down. And you do it safely, and the body does all of that balancing. It determines what needs to be there and what does not need to be there. So keep that in mind, all right? Good stuff. Thank you, Neetha. Appreciate you.
All right. Up in the corner, there was one, I think that one person up there already spoke, and there was Betty. Betty comes on next. Betty?
Okay.
Hello, Family Tree, Dr. Paul and Bill. How are you?
Hey, Betty.
Yes. How are you?
Good. Got a question that you and maybe you might refer me to Dr. Lenny, but what do you think about cortisone steroid shots treating nerve damage, herniated or disc?
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
See, if you done that bad.
Now, when you saying for nerve damage, what was that last part? I missed that last part you were saying.
Herniated lower disc.
Yeah, herniated lower disc. Definitely, Doc can. Is Dr. Lenny here? Is he still here?
I know he was.
I think he might have stepped out.
No, he's there. He's there.
Hey, Doc.
What's happening?
Hey, man. You know that lower herniated disc.
Sure.
She's asking a question on that. Then you got the machine that stretches you a little bit to help you roll that off of there,
the
right?
machine can definitely be helpful. But definitely there's people that have had some great results with getting those injections, but it's really putting a Band-Aid on things, and there's a time and a place. If you exhaust, happy to take a look and see if we can help. Dr. Eloise Acupuncture, definitely a great resource. Obviously addressing your inflammatory process in your body, green drinks, those sorts of things. I would definitely try and do all those conservative approaches first. And then, you can certainly look at that as maybe go between, if you don't get relief with any of those things, then to look at that as a potential next step before surgery. But that's putting a Band-Aid on things. And often when those injections wear off, it's going to come back with a vengeance, and whatever you're doing is causing that imbalance and that compression on the disc is typically you're going to continue those patterns and those behaviors and make that situation worse, even though your brain's not perceiving the pain. So definitely would.
Hey, you know what, Doc? I'm going to speak from I'm going to be open and transparent on my situation. You remember when I was dealing with that QL, man? I thought it would never go away. Doc was looking like, man, you pretty banged up, Doc. And I was really in pain. And how much does that compression that's on that lower back? I noticed that when that muscle was that was strained, was having it, I had no space between there. So do you think that this could be also myofascial issues with those tissues?
It's always a piece of the puzzle, Doc. So it's not just a disc issue. It's not just a nerve. It's not just a bone. It's not just a muscle. It's all a complex, and it's the front and the back and above and below and upper body posture mechanics and foot and knee imbalances that can all be pieces of that individual's puzzle. So it all works as a complex. Our bodies are all intimately connected, and that's you and I are obviously on the same page. Dr. Eloise, same thing. Looking at you as a whole person rather than just let's inject this, and the specialist only focuses on this one little itty bitty piece of the body.
Exactly.
We're all individuals and with unique things put together. So
you got to be eating right at the same time and drinking the right water, keeping the pH right. It's a balance now, not like we had before, because probably back in the day where all the food was organic, you didn't have to worry about shopping and looking for chemicals and all this stuff. But but now it's a job. It's a challenge. So it is it's kind of challenge. But thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, buddy. So did that help you, Betty?
It did.
Doc, I heard someone say something about a couple of weeks ago about PRP. Was that you, Neitha? Said something about PRP. Someone that had about PRP. Does this also help with that too?
Well, PRP also. I know Dr. Burton does PRP, and when I came back down to Florida, I was checking, and a lot of the orthos are using PRP.
By the way, family, that's plasma-rich plasma. What is it? I'm sorry. Platelet-rich plasma.
Platelet-rich plasma, where they take your plasma and inject it back into you.
Right, exactly.
And it helps with that knee pain.
So Bill, that's something that can definitely be beneficial. They don't. A lot of places don't do that in the spine.
Right.
They will do it in the knee, and I had it in my finger, shoulder. Definitely some really, really good success with that. Definitely great. It's your own tissue.
Okay.
But not a ton of places do that in the spine. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
you gotta be careful.
the herniated disc would be causing the damaged nerve.
Well, it could be. That's the whole point. You have to be assessed with, determine where that's coming from, because it also could be inflammation from too many foods that are and dehydration. Because if you have too many processed foods that cause inflammation, you're going to swell the nerves, and then next you're going to know it can't get through that hip bone. Next thing you know, going down that back leg, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it.
Yeah.
And I can vouch for Dr. Lenny, because see, I have herniated discs, and he helped me a lot, because he can tell you when I came in, I was bent over, and I started walking straighter. Being back down here in Florida, he did refer me to a few chiropractors, which I haven't seeked out yet, because I'm doing some other things, and I just joined the gym, and doing some things because my muscles are so tight, but No injections. I did go see an orthopedic regarding my knee, and they said, well, we do injections. I said, oh, no, we're not doing any steroid injections. But, and I know they do injections of the hyaluronic acid gel, but I went and bought it topically, and I use that every day on my knee as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Betty. Hopefully that helped you. I would say book an assessment with Dr. Lenny, Dr. Eloise, and try these resources, but also make sure you're on point with what we talk about here. Top 10 toxic foods, make sure your water's right. All of that has a lot to do with it,
And
holistic.
Another quick question. The machine that Dr. Lenny uses, is it a traction machine?
It's a what now?
Is it a traction machine, Dr. Lenny?
So
I thought you mentioned
a form of spinal decompression. So it's technically a traction device. That gets into some semantics, but yes, it's creates a negative pressure. So basically, if you think of compression on a disc, these are two bones, compression on a disc, it helps create a negative pressure, and then it can also get movement, mobility into the joints in the base of the lower back and help to create what's called imbibition, which is a hydration of the disc, which typically when we sit all day, every day in front of these computers and whatnot, you get a lot of loading, a lot of upper body stuff coming down on that and compressing the disc, and you lose the fluid content. So it can help to increase some fluid content and hydration of the disc.
Thank you. I won't take up any more time. Thank you.
Yeah, but you know what?
Excuse me. Are you saying that the hyaluronic acid injections are not good either?
I didn't say it wasn't good. I don't want injections in my knees, so I bought the topical gel.
Okay, but I wanted to hear, if you don't mind, Nitra, from the expert. Sure.
Well, I mean, Haraya, you can try these things. These things are some things that can bring. It depends on where the person is. Yes. See, sometimes the person is past the point of preventative, and they need that immediate pain because pain is pain.
That's right.
Pain is pain. Buddy. Pain, you can't think straight. You're like, I hear you.
Tell me about it.
I hear you talking to me, but I can't comprehend right now. Yeah, pain is bends on where you are, and that's why I get it. See, I get it because I see it all the time. I always go to talk about preventative before you get to that point, but sometimes I need something immediate right now. Yeah, I need something to take this pain off me because I can't think straight. I can't function. And that's when it takes you out of the ability to be functionable. That becomes a problem. So that's why I'm saying try these things and do whatever you can do to get functional. And then you can start to let's work on being preventative now. So that this don't happen again. You know, that I don't get caught up in the situation where I'm on, my hip is bad or my knees are bad or my lower back. You try to do what you can. Try these things out. Just make sure you do your research on the procedure or the process.
Right. Well, Nitra, where did you find the gel?
Amazon.
Okay. And you say it's working for you.
It works for me. Everybody's individualized.
Everybody's an individual. About to say the same thing.
What works for me may not work for you, but you just have to try it.
Yeah, and that's because we all eat different. We all are exposed to the different atmospheres. We're different, DNAs. We're just different people, you know? Yeah. So
one thing I just wanted to ask Dr. Lenny real quick. The machine, Dr. Lenny, if he's still on that you're
he's still here.
Machine, is that similar to the VaxD?
Great question. To give you an accurate answer, VaxD had studies that showed that it created a true decompression on the disc, which they did in vivo. So they had somebody that was alive and they did this and put a pressure meter inside the disc and they showed that it created a negative pressure. They're the only ones that had done that. And that's that's honestly why I kind of said that it's a form of decompression. I had a VaxD device, Neetha, definitely a great device, but it's a pain in the ass getting people on and off of there. And the one that you were on is a lot more user friendly.
Yeah.
And I had VaxD treatment as well, starting in 2000.
VaxD's great device. They don't manufacture it or support it in the US anymore. So that's why I'd sold mine and got the other one.
Yeah, and this one Doc got, and I'm gonna tell y'all, Doc, when I was having my problem, I got in that thing. I felt like I was on a ride on a Great Adventure ride.
A lot more user friendly. That's a great device, Nathan.
Yes. This is like the Batman. That was my Batman seat, man. That thing helped too. It really helped me, Doc. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Lenny. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Nathan. All right, let's go to John Wright. John, you're done, Betty, right?
Betty, you good?
She must be. Okay.
Okay,
Go to John Wright.
Okay, thank you,
John
Betty.
Wright.
All right.
Go ahead, John.
Good evening, all. I'm using someone else's computer. This is Dee. How are you?
Hi, Dee. How are
Hey,
you?
Dee. How you doing?
Great. Fine. Fabulous. I have your green drink, and I am traveling in a couple of days to an area that only has purified water available. Now, will I be spinning my wheels taking your green drink with purified water, or
Yeah,
what?
I'm gonna give you a card out of my deck. When I travel and go to places, like I was in Africa not too long ago, about a year ago, and I had to, because there was nothing but purified water around me. So I took coconut water, or I did apple juice. Those are the two that I use. It was actual, because I had access every day to fresh coconuts. They were they were coming down off off of the tree. And then I took that, they would come by and cut it for you, open it up, throw a straw in there. I just took my green drinks, put it in a glass. Boom, that was it. So I used that, and also like I said, some apple juice, 100% juice, things like that. That's what I use.
Okay, so there's nothing I can fortify that purified water with.
Yeah, because purified water is purified water. It's already acidic water, especially purified. If you're looking at the pH on purified water, it's going to be something less than 6.2. It's going to be like something like maybe a 6.0 at best. So that means when you just put it in there, you just destroyed it. You just took all the energy right out of the green drink, just like that.
Oh, that's
so yeah. It'll enhance it a little bit. There are other things that you can do. I don't think we ever talked about Willard water. Did I ever talk to y'all about Willard water?
Nope, never heard that.
Not since we had classes at.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Y'all.
I don't know.
Probably that's all right. I would tell him, no, you ain't do it.
I don't know, man. I may have to get a herb for all y'all.
No, we've not talked about Willard's water.
Dr. Eloise will get it. No.
So Dr. Paul, when you talked about the clove oil with castor oil, was that essential clove oil? Or
what do you mean essential? You mean, well, yeah, you can do those. That's good. Yes, that's 100% clove oil.
Okay.
Yep. So if you get it, you can go and get the small bottles right from Whole Foods and Sprouts and all them places. Yep. Yep. That's it. Clove oil, and it will do wonders. Some people just chew a clove or two a day. Very good for the gums. And, what's used for numbing the gums. Yeah, numbing the gums. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Willard water, I kind of remember talking about this.
I remember you mentioning that.
I remember talking about this. All right, Willard water. Okay, Willard water, and it's considered a water catalyst. Okay, and this was by a Dr. John Willard. Okay, and he discovered this. He was a scientist, and I think he went to Purdue, and he was actually trying to, I believe, let me see if I can find something. He was trying to create something for cleaning, like ammunition or something. I think it was something military. And he ended up discovering that there was this catalyst that everything he took this water from and added it to, it increased the pH and everything, and it just accelerated the water. And they call it now Willard water. So he went on, he back in the day, if you got a Google, you can Google old 60-minute videos of him, healing the whole town. I mean, literally, the people are lined up, Big B, around the corner getting this guy's water, because he would take the water and he would add certain natural elements to it. It was already good water because it came from the Black Dakota Mountains. Yep. So he's way out there. He's out in the Midwest, way out there. And he would take it, and he said the water was so clear that you could stand in the water and see your toes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how clean that water was.
Wow.
So when he took this water, he found that it had certain elements in it that was just more enhanced than other water. So when he started to put that in there, guess what? That's exactly what it did. It became the Willard water. Now, let me show you what it looks like. Maybe I can find Willard water. There's a
I
website.
pulled it up. Yeah, I just pulled it up.
Carries Willard water.
Mm-hmm. And his name is John Willard, right?
Yes.
Yep, John Willard. And you can use it. He also has a lot of other products, but this one is probably the most important, though. So you would take, and it'll tell you how much you would add it. So you would take that and add it to, if you add this to like a Crystal Geyser water, you can enhance the water even more. How about that? Yeah.
Okay.
So it's considered a water catalyst. So it adds more dynamics to it. And of course, when you add more to it, raises the pH, it becomes more minerally enriched.
Right.
So that's the key of it. But yes, matter of fact, let me show everybody that's watching. Maybe you can see this, so you can see the whole concept of Willard water. Everybody watching?
Willard water? Where do you get it from?
You
Where do
can
you
get it
get Willard
online.
water?
Get it online, just like I'm looking at it right now. You got it? Mm-hmm.
Calcium chloride and magnesium sulfate.
All right, somebody's looking at it.
That's Mark.
That's it right here.
Bottle. Very
Okay.
expensive too for the gallon.
Can you add that to purified water?
It's actually, it's not the, it's not like it's a let me see here. I wouldn't put it in purified water because I just wouldn't do it. I mean, you just
kind of waste.
I mean, you're putting hope. Probably
well,
no hope at all.
I heard that, buddy.
I mean, don't mess up. I wouldn't do it. I've never tested that. That would be a good test, but why waste your time with that?
Right,
just get it a good water, the best water you can get, and it was designed to catalyst already good water. Got it? Not to enhance bad water. Those are other things that are out there, but not this one. This one was actually to enhance, to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let me put this up here, Big B. I'm gonna try it again.
While you doing that, Dr. Paul, Claudia Bank Harris from Facebook said that you did talk about.
I was just getting ready to say that.
It may have been on your Saturday show on Facebook, or it could have been on a Sunday.
That's my cousin. She
not
know.
been in the family tree.
I was just getting ready to say it.
Man.
See,
all right.
Claudia got your back, boy.
Claudia got my back. All right, Claudia.
Yeah, she got you.
I owe you, Claudia. Yes, that was good. She said you did talk about that. See? All right. So Willard water. If you can see that, can y'all see this right here?
Yeah, we can see it. Yep.
Okay, this is they're clear concentrates. These are waters that you can add. They're starter kits. If you go to the herbal store, you can add. Some of the herbal stores still carry it. I think Mr. Pollock maybe still carries it because Mr. Pollock carries a lot of good stuff that's been around for a while that he keeps like in a rotation. But see, these are things like here. Maybe you want to check with Wayne Avenue before you go over there or any other where. But you can always buy it online, and it's just good stuff, man. It's good stuff. And you add it to, like, say, for instance, you're doing a smoothie, right? And you may have coconut water. Got it? Instead of using regular water, you mean coconut water. You can add the Willard water to it. See what I'm saying? There's ways that you can add things and think about it. So if you're having all of these fruits and vegetables here, or fruits or vegetables, I don't mix them. Never don't mix them. If fruits, this would be great to add to the Willard water. So that's a great picture right here. See this right here? That's a good way of doing it. But it's always part of our, what we say, arsenal of tools, right? See, if you know all these things, you get jammed up. Everybody's not running down the same line. You got options. You can do different things. So Willard water is one of the best things. And I mean, people were coming up with like tumors, no longer tumors, cancer, blood issues, you name it. There's a list online. If you probably go in there, you can see a lot of how people were getting well. So just look that up. Dr. Willard's water. That's what it's called. All right.
Some of it is dark. Why is it dark, Dr. Paul? I've seen
what the actual color. That's yeah. That's part of those minerals. Yep, part of those minerals that are in there. He has matter of fact, if I look around here enough, I'll find the actual formula that he had, because it was not too publicized, but I did get a hold of his original formula from what he put together and what he put in the water. I'll have to look, but maybe I can try to see if I can get that for next week. I'll try. But you see what I mean? There's a lot of options. There's multiple solutions to a problem. That's why we're looking at this thing from a holistic perspective. We've just been taught that do it this way or my way or the highway, but there's multiple solutions to a problem. So never let anybody say that this is the only way it can get done. You got me? That's my point.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Dr. Pete, sounds good.
All right.
All right, Marshall is next. Marshall, you there?
Thank you.
All right.
Marshall?
There
Is
you
Marshall
are.
there?
Yep.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Brother
we
Marshall.
got you, Marshall.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
All right, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks to you all, and thank you for the family and everything you all have shared. I've shared it with many others, and much success. I can't itemize on the others, but I can on myself.
That's right. You can't itemize on others, but I can't itemize on myself. That's right.
But Dr. Lenny, thank you so much, and Neetha, thank you for recommending him after one time he treated you and a whole lot of other members of the family. And I followed that road. I was having some issues, and I knew that they could be structural. And so with all the testimonies from you guys, I said, let me give this guy a shot, even though I had to drive quite some distance. You know, if you need what you need, you got to go to any length to get it.
That's right, brother. That's right. That's right.
I did go, and he definitely did not disappoint. And I've been going for the last 2 months, and it's made a dramatic change in everything: how I walk, feel, rest, breathe, all of that.
Congratulations.
I also tried the castor oil on the eyelids, and I did the I don't want to say the wrong thing, but how you take the edge of your fingernail, the side of your fingernail, and press down across the eyelid. I did that, and it made a phenomenal change in my vision. I wake up and my vision is clear. Plus, not eating sugar before you go to bed, thinking you need a treat at the end of the day and all that.
You telling on yourself, Marshall.
I did. Well, that's all right. You know,
confession is good for the soul.
You know, because some people will confess, and some will just sit back there and suffer in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let somebody else learn through some of my mistakes.
Yes. Well, Marshall, I want to stop you right there, buddy, because you didn't gave us a stealth testimony.
Yes,
Let's everybody come off mute
all day
for
long.
Marshall. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man.
Marshall.
Congratulations, my brother.
2020.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Yes, keep up the good work, my brother. And, you know, that's what, you know, there is no distance when it comes to getting well. You think about it. You know, you work all your life to, you know, that you're working to live a better quality life. But now if you're working and you, for whatever reason, you make it, hey, I can't get there for this reason, then you just, you know, nullify the whole purpose of why you work hard every day. You got it? You want to be able to spend your money that you work for. And there's so many that I can say that sit before me that after they said, I've been so successful in life and all the things that I've done, they've accomplished, got multiple businesses, well off, but they can't enjoy themselves.
And that's the truth.
Can't enjoy themselves. They load up my table with nothing but, you know, pharmaceutical meds to say, help me get them from under this thing. You know, it's like shackles on your arms and you can't move. So that's why
and his wife, a good example.
Yep. So that's why, you know, Marshall, good thing, brother. I'm glad you went and you got Dr. Lenny and, you know, and listen to Neetha, number one, because that's the first thing. You got to listen. You got to listen.
Gotta be open.
You got to be open for opportunities and take advantage of it. So congratulations, my brother. All right.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. And I'm going to say this real fast. The comfrey the comfrey cream works just like you said it that night. I went out and got something the next day and did it. I said, you didn't lie. So put it on there. Within 15 minutes, that pain was gone. I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, comfrey is it. Yeah, comfrey is awesome. All right. Marshall, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right. Okay. All right, Dr. P, you got Karen up now. Karen and then Jackie. Karen, you there?
Hello, everyone, and hello, Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Yes, I was calling to ask you about you. I know you spoke to me during a consultation about the different milks that is good to drink, the dairy-free milk. And I tried that coconut milk. We tried it, but it was just like water. Like we was drinking water, and the first ingredient was water. It just tastes so water. It's real thinned out. So did you say that the oat milk wasn't good for you?
I just said that you got to be careful with the publicized milks that everybody you see in most of the stores. See, oat, just like almond, has a lot of gums and things that are thickeners. Okay, and if you're someone that has like diabetes or someone who has an insulin resistance issue, that's not good for you. Got it? Means that it blocks the gut. It's just as bad because the whole purpose of thickening and putting in the gums is to suffice the people who are transitioning from regular milk to now plant-based because they're used to stuff being thick. And that's interesting that that's the first thing you mentioned. It's thin because I'm used to milk being thick. Got it? So that's the whole point of why they thicken it up because they know people, I got to get these folks, I got to thicken it up for them because that's what they're used to. So I would move towards things like flaxseed milk. You can also, don't forget about the hemp milk. Think about also things like cashew milk. You know, you got a lot of pea milk out there. There's a lot of them out there. You just got to know where to get them. You know, if you go mostly to the Whole Food stores, and if you got to have it, they'll have it. They'll have it in some level or so.
There's a company called Elmhurst.
Mm-hmm.
They make 2 ingredients. Only 2 ingredients is going to be.
I missed that. I'm sorry, you breaking up. I missed that whole thing. What did you say?
There's a milk company called Elmhurst that makes like two ingredient milks, a nut, and then just the water. Cashew, might be
Absolutely.
Walmart.
Yeah,
you can try that company out. Elmhurst.
Elmhurst. Okay.
And also, was that Karen, right? Karen?
Yes.
Hey, never negate the fact that you can make your own milk. You got it?
Yeah.
You know, get your almonds, and let me tell you, you can make enough that'll last a long time. And if it'll be just like if you went shopping for, you know, save yourself that money and get the right stuff and just make it yourself. If you got a NutriBullet, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you this. So, if you have a problem with nuts, you know, that's my problem with the nuts and the seeds and different things that I'm not supposed to have. Then what do I do?
That's like a diverticulitis or something like that.
Correct.
Right. So that means you just don't mess with that milk. You got all kind of other stuff out there. You got a lot out there. So you just have to find the one that works with you. You said coconut milk, you're not going to do that because you don't like the fact that it's a consistency, right?
Yes.
Okay, did you try the flaxseed?
No, because I'm just so fearful of the seeds and the nuts.
Well, it's not. If it's in the milk form, it's broken down. It's not going to be in there. In most cases, now it's be broken down. It's going to be pretty broken down. So
Plus
you're just getting
filtered.
Yeah,
Plus you filter it.
That's the main step of when you're making it. You're straining it. Yeah, so you're not going to get the seeds and stuff in there. That's why it's so thin. You know, when most of them are thin. Okay. So I would say, here's what I would recommend. I would recommend you go to YouTube and punch in, you know, plant-based milks and see what pulls up and how to make your own. I think you will find it more enjoyable and more pleasurable to do it yourself because you have more control of the elements, especially if you have diverticulitis. Right. You got it? You got to watch that because if you have diverticulitis, you got to make sure you strain it right. I wouldn't want to buy it and find something in it anyway. So do it yourself.
Correct. And then also with this other thing that I'm dealing with, this neuropathy that I have, I went to a new neurologist. You know, the first one, he said that he was at his wit's ends with me because I wouldn't take the medication. Every time I go there, he wants me to take gabapentin and all these others, and I tell him no. I just tell him, I said, it don't work for me. That's what I tell him. I didn't tell him I didn't take the medicine, but I just said it doesn't work for me. But anyway,
right.
I went to another neurologist, And he says, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, blah, blah, blah. So he did a lot of blood work, which the other neurologist never did blood work on me or anything. But this one, he did a lot of blood work, and he did the EMG studies also. But anyway, he still wanted to put me on duloxetine, which I found out the other day from a friend. She said, "You know what duloxetine is?" And I said, "No." She said, "That's the same thing as Cymbalta, you know, the one that you hear about on TV." And I said, and so she says, "Well," she said, "I wouldn't take that if I was you, you know, because she said her mother took it in. She started having memory problems, and her mother never had memory problems. But she said once they took her off the medication, her mind was back to where it was normal." So I said, I'm not going to take it anyway because
but
they
so
want me to take all these medicines. I'm not going to do it.
Right, but here's the problem, okay? You're spinning in the wrong direction. You're spinning in a state of acid. All medications are going to do that. They suppress the therapy. This is suppressive therapy. You got it? So you got to get into the things that, number one, what's causing neuropathy? You got it? The nerve endings to have to go bad has a lot to do with food choices. Got it? So you got to stop, you grab that top 10 list I got down there. The top 10 list. Did you get the top 10 list?
Well, I've been a vegan ever since 1985.
Yeah, it don't matter. That's affecting vegans more than everybody. Let me tell you what the problem with is happening. It's happening with vegans because vegans are being exposed to levels of nitrates
that they've never had before.
And these nitrates are dealing exactly with what you're saying. It's causing neuropathy. So nitrates, if you're a vegan, you have to, or vegan or vegetarian, you have to get that tester. This is the tester right here. Matter of fact, got it right here. You got to grab you one of these testers. See this right here? This is something that you can test to see the nitrate levels. I'm testing organic foods right now that are so high, the thing is literally telling me whatever it is, just throw it away. just throw it away. Throw it away. It says, I had one that I had celery. I showed the picture. You know what? Maybe I can download it. Maybe I can show folks. I mean, I don't think. Did I ever show that? Picture of the tester that I did for the beets and celery? Did I ever show y'all that?
I think so, Dr. Paul.
I believe
Prophetess,
yeah,
back me up, so. Prophetess.
I think so.
I can't recall.
You can't recall. That was a good answer. He's like, I ain't getting to that. I ain't getting into that.
Prophetess,
all right.
She's playing the Fifth Commandment.
So she, Karen, you bring up an excellent question. Got it? This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the vegetarians coming in with high blood pressure and with cholesterol issues. And they're like, how is this possible? It's because of the cross-contamination of pesticides that's happening. I'm telling y'all, it is really bad out here. Wow. They're hitting the soil so bad with excess amounts of nitrogen that they're trying to increase the crops to grow faster. That's a problem. That's a problem because anything that hits the ground when it rains or if a bad storm comes through, it's everywhere.
That's right.
Then that watermelon sitting on the ground is grabbing all of that. That watermelon is grabbing all that. That cantaloupe is grabbing all of that. Them beets and the radish, you can go right on the list and Google the highest nitrate vegetables, and you're going to see a list that's going to blow your mind. It's probably, and then people are not thinking, I'm taking a little bit of this, I'm putting this, I'm doing this, I'm putting all this in my blender, and I'm thinking I'm doing good. All the way to the point you didn't know that every one of those is so high in nitrate, you shouldn't even be messing with that.
That's right. That's exactly
It's going to go right to your joints. It's going to go right to your nerve endings. It's going to shut it down. I told y'all the body's a perfect system created by a genius. It don't need no junk. It won't accept no junk. So as soon as these pesticides get in your body, immediately it's a 5-alarm fire in your body. Yep, that's what's happening. The body is I mean, the one thing that's amazing with this that gets me is it's a perfection. It's a perfection itself. If we can't see God at his best in a perfection, you got to look at this body. It is amazing.
It really is.
It really is amazing that it's the only perfection you're actually able to experience in this thing called life. It's your own body. It's your own body. If you cut yourself, who in here is not going to start healing?
Well,
you got it? Immediately. So I'm going to try to grab those pictures because I want to show you. But Karen, you got to get you one of those testers. This tester right here is called the green test. It's called the green test.
Okay.
And you go online and grab it. And it's actually, this is called the 2F Black. But they have the other models. They got a lot of different models out there. And it tests for fruits, vegetables, meats, and fish. It'll test all that. And it'll test, and as soon as you cut it on, it'll ask you, what do you want to check? If it's fruit, you hit fruit. Say if I had an apple, and it says stick the probe into the apple, hit the button, 2 seconds. It'll tell you what's going on. That fast. This is a must. So the point that I'm making, though, is that the body is saying something different. And then when we start to move towards these pharmaceuticals, that's going to make it worse. Because why? It's going to go and start to make the body more acidic. And then that's going to spin the pH, and now it's really on fire. So keep those things in mind, and maybe we can have a conversation or a phone consultation. I can help you out. Are you out of town? Are you in Philly, or are you out of town?
I'm in Georgia.
Yeah, just have a phone consultation. We could sit down and talk it out a little bit better, okay?
All right. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Glad to have Georgia people around, boy. That's where I'm from, Georgia.
Yeah, let me. You from Georgia?
Yeah, man. Albany, brother. What are you talking?
Albany, Georgia. You from Georgia for real?
Yeah, man. That's where I was born and reared, homie.
What? You was reared there? You mean Big B? You ain't telling me that. You never told me that.
You gotta hide something, man. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you was from Jersey.
No, man. I'm Georgia Peach, brother. Don't let somebody cheat.
I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. I'm gonna get it started, man. I'm encouraging him. All right. Let's see. Who else we have here?
Okay, we got Jackie. Carrie, you done. So we go to Jackie, and then after that is Stephanie.
All right, I'm gonna try to bring these pictures up. I want y'all to see these pictures.
Okay, Jackie.
Yeah.
While he's looking at his picture, go ahead.
I I've actually sent a. I know what time it is. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just go ahead.
I have a question. I actually emailed the office the question, and I got a link back in response. But my question is there anything to treat what are they called? Eye floaters.
Yeah. We talk. I bet you somebody on here can answer that for her. We got a lot of floaters going on.
Eye bright.
Dr. Christopher's eye bright formula.
Yep. Can you hear that? So one thing you can do is start to number one. I would always start off with flushing the eye first. Yep. Okay, you got to prep the eye with, Prophetess always corrects me. The eyeglass. I'm calling it eyeglass.
Eyeglass cup.
All right, what up? All right, it's the eyeglass.
Cup.
It's the cup. All right, it's the cup. It's the eyeglass. All right.
The glass eye cup.
Glass eye. See, when I think of glass eye, I think of a glass eye. All right. So what you're doing is this little cup look like the shape of an eye, okay? Yep. And you want to fill it up with the good water. See that water Big B drinking right there? You want to get a good water like that. And start to use that room temperature. Start to fill that. What was that?
What water is it?
Crystal Geyser.
It's Crystal Geyser.
Okay.
So get you about 2/3 high in that little small cup. Start to rinse the eye with the good water first. That's what I would start to do. Get in a routine of doing that every night. Okay. You can do it in the morning also, but night, usually it's better if at nighttime. So once you start to do that, then we have this thing called Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright Formula. Now, you can start to flush it there with just adding just 2 drops in the water, but I would suggest that you just add it to like a green drink right now to get your body into, to getting used to it, because you can get the same results by doing that, but something a little bit more once you get advanced. You can put 2 drops in that little eye with the water, and start to flush it. Now, here's the only thing. There's a protocol involved with that, and you got to be careful because it does have a little bit of cayenne pepper in there.
Yeah, glory.
Got it? And and a little bit, when I say little bit, just add a little bit, 1 to 2 drops. And don't start past then, but I would give you a protocol before you do that, okay? So I would say just start rinsing right now and then see what happens with the rinsing and then move into putting the eye drop formula. It's the formula, Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright formula in some water. Okay, start with that, and then we move you forward. Okay, because it's a little bit aggressive for if you're not knowing what to do. So I would say call me up and set up an appointment. We can actually show you exactly how to do that. I've gone over it several times on this platform, but it's just not enough time for us tonight. Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Jackie. Dr. P, before we go to Stephanie, there's a question here. Val put it in early. When is the website? When is the website going to be fixed? I've been trying to order for 3 days. What is it?
They're actually correcting it right now. Something went down with the update. They did an update on the actual website that's hosts for my website. So Dodd is on it right now. He's working. Matter of fact, he's probably doing it right now while I'm speaking because I got a meeting with him after it's over. So right now the website is down because they're right now we're having this problem. It's a lot of hacking and stuff going on, y'all.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of it's
folks that want you healthy, y'all.
It's a lot of stuff going on, and this has, and I'm wondering, where is this coming from? Because all of a sudden people couldn't get on from certain websites, but they can order from other ones. And it was like it was a browser issue. And I think Microsoft and also Apple, they're having issues with, connecting with certain websites. So it's a lot going on with this, y'all. So just bear with us a little bit. I'm going to send a global email when everything clears. When everything clears, you'll get an email. Just make sure you're subscribed to my website, which is up, which is www.drpaulherbs.com. And as long as you go there and, just make sure you're subscribed. If you're a part of the family tree, you don't have to worry about it. And when it gets cleared out, we'll update it. We'll send you the information, letting you know the site's back up for ordering. Okay.
All right, cool. Now, what's the best sea moss capsules? And then we'll go right to Stephanie.
Sea moss capsules is you can buy them from anywhere now. I would just say if you're buying the original sea moss or the raw sea moss, that's what you got to watch out for. That's the best way, but you got to make sure you know where you're getting it from, where you're buying it from. Sea moss, just make sure the company has made the commitment to be organic. That's what I look for. Yeah, look for, some levels of, like you see their products. Doesn't have to say organic with everything, but you can see by the tone and what they're talking about. The stuff that we talk about here, you can see that they're talking about phytonutrients. They're talking about things that are not commercial, not too commercial with it. Yep. And that usually will help it. Okay. All
right, Dr. Stephanie, you're the last one. It's 9:02. Stephanie,
I got 2 questions in chat box when you get done.
All right, you got it.
Okay, and also if we have anybody on Facebook, we didn't get over to Facebook because we want to leave folks out on Facebook. If you have a question over at Facebook, you want to chime in, just leave it on there and I'll try to answer before we leave out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so good evening, Dr. Paul and everyone.
Hey, Stephanie.
I have a question for you and especially for Dr. Lenny. And I wanted to know, can a person that's comatose, can they, when they have abnormal posturing, can physical therapy help change that?
Well, who's that question for? Do you want Dr. Lenny or what do you mean?
I want to ask Dr. Lenny.
Yeah, I think Dr. may have gone.
Yeah, I think he left out. So I'm trying to get an understanding of what you're saying. So you're saying someone's comatose?
Yes, and then their body is going through an abnormal posturing. It's called celebrate, and it's another word for when.
So they're not conscious at all. They're unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying, they're going through abnormal posturing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying, is there something that can help them?
Yes, can physical therapy help change that?
Of course, yeah. Sometimes people do that all the time. And Neetha can chime in on that. I'm sure. Neetha.
I'm sorry. What was that question? I was looking up something.
Yeah, she was saying that if someone is in a state of comatose, and they're getting an abnormal positioning, and it will, certain things help them, maybe, massaging their arms and legs, things like that. I'm sure,
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I know she
therapy.
suggested Dr. Lenny, but it's kind of hard because it's going to have to be passive treatment. You're gonna have to do it for them.
Yeah, that's what I said. You have to do it for them. Yeah,
gonna have to do it for them, exercising their legs because it sounds like the person is becoming contracted.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna have to do it for them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So good question, though. Good question. Good point.
I'm sorry, Stephanie. Dr. Lenny did answer your question in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
He asked you to call. He just asked you to call him.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I think he has a massage therapist that can really help her out. What's it, Makita? I think it's Makita. Makita's good. Yeah, Makita is good. She can probably help her with that. All right, I got to show y'all some pictures. All right, you ready, Big B?
I'm ready.
Big B?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready? Got some surprising pictures. All right. This is where I was thinking that was it Karen we were talking about with the
right.
You're talking about the foods and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here I want to show you where hopefully I got the numbers here. Yeah, I got the numbers here. Got them here. I'm gonna bring them on one at a time. So y'all can see what I was dealing with. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Okay. So here, I'm going to bring this over here, Big B. I'm over here managing here, buddy. Let's see. Where are we? All right. I'm going to show you the machine, the little device that I had. And when I first picked this up, I started going through all of the things that I had in the house. I started going through, my different foods because, I wanted to find out. So, what's in here because I got this machine now I can track. So here, I'll show you this. And let me know when you can see it.
Got it. Yes, sir.
See it right there?
Uh-huh. So,
okay.
Celery.
Got celery. Celery. And what does that say right on the side there, y'all? It says Wild Harvest.
Wild Harvest Organic Celery.
USDA. Now, why would I think anything else other than
USDA.
It's real deal, right?
Right.
Am I right, y'all? And y'all, wouldn't you think so? And so I want to grab that. But look, can y'all see this? Okay. Now, look at this.
Look at this.
See right here. I took it at the base, right? And look where the numbers were.
Wow.
Now, normal was about 100 milligrams. Look where this one was. 9,999 high level. What does that say right there at the bottom? Excessive nitrate content suggests product is unsafe.
Wow.
Do y'all hear what I'm talking about?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to be discouraged about, eating healthy, but you gotta have one of those testers. It makes the difference. It makes the difference. Now, also, I'm going to take another one. Let me show you another one. This right here is beets. Look where the beets are. Look where the beets are. 9,999. Hey, this is supposed to be organic, y'all. This is organic. This is what I'm talking about.
Where you get that? Where can we get food that passes the test? Where can we get good food that passes the test?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. That's your job. That's your job, right? That's your job.
Grow our own food.
That also help, but that's your job. That's why I'm saying grab a tester so you can know where you are. And when you're telling the person that you're getting your fruits and vegetables, if you're showing them stuff like this is evidence proof right there in front of you. Look at this. This is a perfect picture because you can see it better. See, it says cherry radish. Normal 1,500 milligrams is normal because all plant life has some form of nitrate. Got it? And at certain levels is healthy for you. Keeps the rhythm of the heart, keeps endothelial disruptions from happening, which means keeps them nice and flexible. But guess what? When you get overloaded, look what happens. This thing is 9,999. That's a radish.
My Lord. My.
Now what's that? Now got one more. I'm gonna bring one more over. I'm gonna deal with my garlic. How about the garlic? And you would think that garlic was the same thing, but guess what? There's garlic normally would be 70 milligrams. Look where it was, 4,000. So what stops me from taking celery, taking beets, radish, and putting that all into a NutriBullet and getting it down? And I think I'm doing something good.
My Lord.
All the way up till I start to feel a little something in my hand.
Dr. Paul, you have any that you measured and they was in a good
Yes, absolutely. Papaya was good. I had some apples that were good. Apples were good.
And where did you purchase them?
These were just different places. I went out to different places. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to get one store because you got to start to do the work yourself.
You got to do your own work, guys.
You got to do the work, y'all. That's what I'm saying. But at least you know what you can do. If you get a tester, you know you on top of this thing. You got it?
Okay.
If you get a tester, I don't have to sit there and you remember I told y'all just just have a little sort of like a gentleman's handshake or a woman's handshake that if you're going to buy the product, you can test it. But don't go in there jabbing all the food in the market, all right? And then just basically say, if I'm going to buy this, test it, right? Don't be going crazy.
It might pull you.
Right. And then if you do find something that's high, just like I did, take it to the produce manager and say, hey, take a look at this, man. Or whoever the person is, say, look at this level. It's supposed to be normal. Look what the levels are. And this may improve the relationship between them and who they're buying from if they know this. You got it? True. So it makes a difference. All of this stuff counts, y'all. So isn't that amazing, though? That's some deep stuff, ain't it?
Yeah,
I thought again I showed
But ever since Dodge got rid of all the people that was supposed to be keeping things safe, you got to do it yourself now.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if Dodge was doing it. I think somebody was dodging already.
That's how we got to where we are.
Yeah, somebody was over here doing this. So I think y'all got the point, though. Y'all got my point, right?
Yes, sir.
The point that I'm making is that you're thinking that you're eating well and you're not eating well. You got it? It's a chemical problem going on. We are exposed to a lot of these pesticides. Go to that website, ewg.org. Remember, Environmental Working Group is a great resource for you. Go for that website, stay up on top of it, support it. They even have Alliance for Natural Health. That's another website. These are websites that are doing, the fight that we're talking about right now. And it fights and it eventually affects your chronic condition or your issue or why you can't get well. Got it? So another one would be, Institute for Responsible Technology.
Right.
You got it? So these are websites. You remember the Safe Seed Pledge? Remember I showed y'all that last week? What was the Safe Seed Pledge? You can actually start to, these are farmers that are coming together to give you heirloom seeds for this very reason right here. You got me? So these are the things that you can talk about and share it with your family, okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty. I think we covered the gamut today.
Oh, doctor.
That's another value of the tree, because while we're not endorsing, a company, whoever finds that there is a chain out there that's selling good stuff, share it on a tree, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and you know what, Kamara, that's a perfect point that you just made. I always say that. I always say, why don't you just do right and then you going to get everybody, because everybody doing wrong.
I know, and it's the truth.
So if you say, hey, we test our food, we make sure it's no nitrites and nitrates that are done, and this is make sure that the food is safe. And man, people are going to come from everywhere to you. You got it. They're going to come from distances just because you do what you do. Yeah. So, yeah, good point. Good point. Excellent point.
Sir, buddy. Yes, sir. So that's where we are, bud. We got 9:14 before Providence kicks out the house.
Big B, tell them how they can be a part of the family tree because Prophet's about to crack the whip and we're out of here.
I saw fingers getting antsy over there.
I saw it going.
Oh, go ahead.
There were questions in the chat box that were early on. There was one about congestive heart failure. What foods and herbs? And about
dilators. Yeah, right. Congestive heart failure is what I was talking about, endothelial disruption. So that means that the number, of course, hopefully they weren't a former smoker or things like that, but you can actually help that with dilation. So dilating, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. Things like the red onion tea works, cayenne pepper works, beets work, things like asparagus, arugula, all of these things, bok choy, all those things open it up to dilate to get it moving. But you got to stay off the concentration. Get your water right. Stay off the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oil. It's drying you out. It's drying you out to the point where it's going to eventually start to take your breath from you because now you're going to be puffing and puffing. You can't make it up a flight of steps because it's actually congestion. Now can't pump, heart pumps. Can't get it back to the heart. Got it? That's the point. So keep that in mind. All right.
Okay.
All right, Big B. Is there one more? Was there one more?
There's one more here from Rosalind. She said that she has a niece is 42 years old. She weighs almost 200 pounds. She's down to 98 pounds. She has thyroid of the throat, but she doesn't know exactly what she can do or she can take.
Yeah, I would say definitely have her give me a call. Is she in Philadelphia? She can come in and get assessment.
Is she in Philly? Just put that in Facebook and well, anyway, let me just say this.
If not, we can also do a phone consultation. Yeah, right. So we can get that because that's more questions. I would have more pro questions for her.
Exactly. Okay? All right, I was about to say the best way to do that, guys, is to do what? Send me an email, y'all.
Big B, give him a big email, y'all. Get a brother a little something. Throw it. Throw it, Big B. I'll throw $1 at you, man. I'm telling you, I'm
man,
throw $1 at you,
come
man.
On. I'm gonna
throw $1 at you, man.
Listen,
all right, tell them how they can be a part of the family tree, Big B, because you do a lot, man. You do the editing. You make sure it's up on YouTube. It's on Facebook and all the things. I appreciate you so much, man. You know, people can't get this information if they don't have the way to have somebody to do what you do. So thank you, buddy, and tell them how they can, donate to if they want to, and also be a part of the family tree. All right.
As always, guys, the best way to get a copy of the nice chat is to do what? Send me an email. Send that email to me, Bill Morgan, at mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. And of course, to support the family tree, you what? Use my Cash App, guys. That's $BILMORGAN. That's $BILMORGAN. If you use your bank, that's through Zelle. That the ID number is mechavideo@comcast.net. mechavideo@comcast.net through Zelle, or you can send directly to our P.O. Box right here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your frenemies, bring everybody right here. Tell them, tree.
Big Bill, 1L Morgan, I thank you, buddy.
Yo, man.
I want to also thank Prophetess over there. Give her a hand.
Always. Fingers, keep us rolling. All right, Queen. See you, Queen.
Thank you so much for being able to get us and keep us all in order. And without a doubt, our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan.
Buddy. Yes, sir.
All right. I want to thank also you, family, that have called in. And just the fact that you're listening in on a regular basis and we're really making a difference in people's lives because you're sharing this information. That's what we charge you, nothing but the truth, really. You go tell somebody. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you got to shine. All right. All right, we're going to do a little dancing here because Marcy's up here. She's trying to tell me you better do something, boy. Cha cha cha, cha cha
Be nice, bottom right.
All right, tap. Come on down. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. There you go. Come on. You know you look beautiful. You know you look beautiful. You gotta say you look beautiful. That's right. Tap. Tap. There you go. Come on, roll it on down to the left and the right. Yeah, there you go. What's on your left side? Let's check it. What's on your left side? Let's check it. All right, what's on the right side? No more fat. All right. Tap. Come on.
Yep.
Come on, inside. Anything on the left side, you gotta do the right side. That is the right side, right? Yeah, that's the right side.
I think you're other right.
Yeah, the other right. All right. Good. I want you to start to do something like this. You like this. Say this. All right, everybody do like this. Take this and bring it on down. Woo! Come on, bring it on down like this.
Yeah, boy.
See, you bringing it on down this side right here by the sideburns. That's what you're bringing it on down.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Bring it on down here. All right, you just detox the face, y'all. See there? Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Got some good music right now.
Yeah.
Breathe out. Good. Go ahead, Marcy. I see you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right. Good. Shout out to our Facebook fam over there. Then.
Rosalind. All right.
Breathe out. Good. All right. Shake out those shoulders. Do the Marcy, y'all. Shake those shoulders. There you go. Shake those shoulders. You got to shake the hands. Come on. Move the hands. There you go. That's right, Kamara. That's right, Stephanie.
Yeah.
That's right, Rita. All right, I see you back there. I see you.
Oh, yeah.
Shake it.
On Facebook.
You should be able to get the activity in limbs. Did you know that they say this is good for neuropathy?
Joy from WRD.
There you go. All right, back, next thing.
Yep. Hey, color.
Back, and rub. Back, and rub. Back.
Yep.
All right, little Qigong. Come on. Back, and rub. Back, and rub. Back. Rub. Back, and rub. This is an energy bath right here, y'all. Just in case y'all didn't get a bath tonight.
Good to see ya.
All right, take it and rub it on down. Rub it on down. Come on. Bring that energy. Don't touch yourself. Bring it on down. Ground yourself, right? Good. How you feel? You feel that almost on your arm? Ooh, that energy. I feel it, y'all. Come on. Back.
That closing down called the Spanish joint. Go, man.
Good for your joints. Good for your brain. Good for the brain. Good for all of that.
All right. Yep.
Clap. One more time. Clap and rub. Get that heat going. And rub. Clap and rub and stop. And move that top one. Keep that bottom one still. Is anybody's ball getting bigger? Feel that energy ball? All right, with good intentions. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, thanks for tuning in to the
family.
Y'all see y'all later. Come on. Go ahead.
On the weekend.
Do the Marcy.
See you on the weekend. WRD Radio 900 FM. Black Dog Radio.
Do the walk by.
Juanita.
Go, Stephanie.
Juanita.
Go ahead, Stephanie. All right, I don't know what that one is. Stephanie got that one right there, bro. All right.
See ya.
All right, Marcy. I see you, Marcy. But you got the swimming. You got the swimming. All right. Come on, Rita. What you doing over there, Rita? Come on, Rita. Go, Rita. Go, Rita. Come on, step in the camera.
Yep.
Go, Rita. Go, Rita.
Rita.
Darlene.
Yep. All right. All right, buddy.
All right, we're gonna see y'all. We're gonna count it on down. We're gonna see y'all next week.
You got it, buddy.
I think Prophet has already rolled out the door.
Yeah, she's gone, buddy.
She's gone. She says, I'm out of here. All right, we're going to count it on down. 10, 9, 8,
Yep.
7,
Yep.
6, 5,
Yep.
4,
Yep.
3,
Yep. Yep.
2,
Yep. Yep.
and 1. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Everybody have a wonderful one. We'll see you on the weekend.
On the weekend. On the green hour. Yep.
That's right.
3 to 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon.
That's right.
96.1 FM, 900 AM, WOD Radio, Black Talk Media, and Philadelphia.
All right.
Yep.
See y'all. Take care.
Yep. Yep.
Have a good night.